Itagat ko kanyitab Kolenjin ketestai ak tetutiet nebo Kass Mashinani ole kakecher biikab emoni komongkei ak korutochi komoswek cheterter chekitoke kiprutoinik asikonai emeng'wai komie ak kotoret eng kanabtaetab bandab tai. Kamwa minista nebo kiprutoinik ak ribetab tiong'ikab timin Rebecca Miano kole komoswechoto koboto mbukosiek chebo tiong'ikab timin ole kong'ololi ine yekangorutochi mbugetab tiong'ik nebo Tsavo West nemitei eng county nebo Taita Taveta. Kong'ong ine kole kokoib serikalitab emoni kakwautik cheterter chetokchinigei kekanapta sektainoto bo kiprutoinik ne agenge eng sectors cheikochini emetab Kenya rabinik chechang mising eng kenyit age tugul.
Ningependa kuuliza Wakenya waje wajionee nchi yao. Mimi kama mmoja wa Kenya, tangu nichukue hii wizara wiki 3 iliyopita, nimegundua miujiza mingi, vitu mingi sana katika hii nchi yetu. Hata kabla wageni hawajafika hapa, wacha Wakenya wajionee. Na kama we uko Mkenya unanitazama na hujawahi kufika Tsavo West kujionea Mzima Springs, afadhali ujipange uje uone. Bei ni nafuu, nimeambiwa kwa shilingi 550 unaweza ingia kwa Tsavo West ujionee hii maajabu ambayo tulipewa na Mungu. Tumeona juhudi ya KWS kuhifadhi mazingira, kuhifadhi hii nchi yetu, wameconserve vizuri. Nimewapongeza na nikawahimiza waendelee kutia bidii. Tunajua tuko na target ya watalii milioni 5 by the year 2027. Tunaona hata tuko na mengi kabisa ya kuvutia watu wengi kuliko hata hiyo target yetu ya milioni 5. Tunatarajia tukitia bidii, tufanye kazi pamoja. Tumepata ushirika mzuri sana hata kutoka kwa rais. Ameshikilia hii wizara kwa sababu ametueleza hii wizara iko katika priorities zake, kuongeza watalii na pia kuhifadhi wanyama na kuhifadhi mazingira.
Eng kasarta nebo kekanapta taonitab Eldoret koek city komite magetab kekanapta tetutik chebo teksetab ortinwek ak panganutik chemagat kisub eng kasarwek tugul. Kang'alal sirindenyo nebo logoiwek Isaac Ogei ak ofsaet netononjini teksosiek anan architect John Chumba kotinygei ak tetutik choto magat kesuldae asikotestai koet taoninoto bo Eldoret.
Kosubkei ak John Chumba, ng'omutyot nekotokchigei teksetab korik, komwoe kole kanaptaetab taonitab Eldoret koek city kotakomite boroindo noton bo kayaptaet ab ng'alek chotok chenomegei ak kabaraetab teksosiek anan infrastructure.
Nyol eng kasari ngab mitei boisionik chemeche keyai asikonam status nebo emet nekararan. Ngiro ng'alekab barabaret kong'etegei airport agoi Eldoret kotom kosapoten the population growth nebo city. Ngiro affordable housing kotom koit oret nekararan. Ngiro ng'alekab ambulances ak fire hydrants che supporteni infrastructure nebo city komami in place. That is why kakole meche komite master plan korok ak urban planning asikemeken sure kele the city kotinye the right infrastructure komutech Eldoret to the next big city ing emenyo nebo Kenya.
Mwae Chumba kole asikobit komukta kanaptaetab itondo nemie kobo kamanut koro kole kakikanapta choranet anan planning koityi magutik ak standards chotok chebo barak.
Kito nemeo nemeche kiet ko infrastructure. Amu takemi let eng infrastructure. Igere kele ikuren city lakini mami oratinwek chekororonen. Kakamwa ng'alekab fire hydrants. The next thing kora nemitei makitinye enough business support ne supporting the population denyone. Ng'alekab title deed chebo korotinwek ak tuguk tugul chebo the necessary chebo city kotom koba in place. So magimi olea lakini takolo banda nekibendi.
Ilosu ine kanaptaetab teksosiek ak kanaptaetab sukulishek koboto sipitalishek, kit noton neikochin biikab emet ng'omnotet ak itondo nemie.
Kilen netai kiwekchini kongoi President William Samoei Arap Ruto eng upgrading nebo city status nebo Eldoret. Ole kimi eng Eldoret nguno ketinye some infrastructure ko support the city, but kito netai komeche kechob urban planning ak master plan. Ako mi ng'alekab healthcare ak infrastructure asiko function in the city koek a first class city eng bororiet nyo nebo Eldoret. For the last 20 years ko kiketech over 26,000 classrooms eng emenyo nebo Kenya. So Kilena Eldoret, Sigegua City, Kemeje upgrading our education facilities. The problem with education going go negative somok. Netai is the quality of construction of Basugul Sheikh Talk. Mesubi building code, I go to work jang ko magisub the right requirements. Number 2, the tendering procedure say about our government ko care wadani contractors say chema competent agomelewa negasinwa.
Akot kunotok konyolu kilitit komoswek chotok chebo murindo anan sewerage system eng kebeberwek tugul chotok chebo taonitab Eldoret.
Oratinwek chechobe fire trucks. Yaga bitan emergency, yaga lalgoti, ko mamite korok number 1, mamite ina fire trucks chegesor maisha na big engot nilale. Number 2, mami oret nebune bichoto. Number 3, sewage balangas kurongchini ke wala tugul. Igerile tago lo banda negebendi, kemeche ke implemented rules and regulations, inspection standards, asige sup rules chemagotin, sige protected public welfare and safety nebo bicho.
Kongetkei nganaset no nebo Eldoret eng county nebo Uasin Gishu logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyu ko Isaac Kogei.
Kongoi mising Isaac Kogei yakitestai ak logoiwekab emet ketokyinigei county nebo Mombasa ole kakomwa minister nebo mungaret ak bandaptai Dr. Salim Mvurya kole kokotaban serikali rabinik cheite silingishek bilion 1.4 chetetat keboisie eng lipanetab biik chekikoito mbarenikwak keboisie eng teksetab kebeberta nekichobune tuguk nebo Dongo Kundu Special Economic Zone. Kamwa Mvurya kole tetat kikoito kakerenetab mbarenichoto koite arawet nenyonei ole kosom biik chenomu mbarenichoto kosich muitaet amu makolo asikonyor lipanet nenyolu kobun serikalitab emoni. Kong'alali Mvurya eng ofisit neo nebo Kenya Ports Authority eng taonitab Mombasa.
Kenya Ports Authority as an implementing agency has already been funded at a tune of 1.4 billion to conclude the compensation program that is going on. And in the next 1 month, all the issues of compensation will have been concluded. And this compensation is going to take place in 2 fronts. One front is that 1,648 project-affected persons will be allocated some land, and then they will also be given support to develop their new areas. This new land where compensation will happen is 430 acres, and therefore Kenya Ports Authority will be providing leadership to make sure that the process of compensation, which began last week, is going to be concluded. And that conclusion means also dealing with some of the small grievances that people are raising, roads, water, and also a power station. We are also happy that through our partnership with the government of Japan, JICA will be funding 58 billion. You know, the setting up of that infrastructure, which will also include piping water all the way from Tiwi to the special economic zone. So that is an area that we've agreed. Right now, we have received 97 applications, 97 investors who want to be licensed to set up camp in the special economic zone. And in fact, 3 of them wanted to set up this week. Their process is being finalized so that they can be taken to the ground.
Baadhi ya yale ya mambo ambayo alikuwa ametutia tumbo joto ni kwanza ni kuhusiana na ile fidia ilikuwa inalipwa wale ambao wameathirika na huu mradi. Na tumeweza kuelezwa kwamba tayari malipo yameanza kulipwa, na vile vile pia zile ardhi ambazo zimetengwa kuweza kuwa settle wale ambao wameathirika pia tayari zimeweza kutengwa. Kwa hivyo tumeridhika na hiyo, na vile vile pia kwa vile malipo yanaendelea na kuna kamati ambazo zimewekwa kuhusiana na masuala ya utata ama ubishi baina ya wananchi na vile vile pia baina ya KPA na wale waathiriwa, hizo pia zinaendelea kuchunguzwa. Kwa hivyo tumeridhika na swala hilo, kwamba kuwe na uwazi ya yale mashirika ambao wataomba, sio kwamba watu wanapewa ardhi kisirisiri. Kuwe na uwazi kwamba inajulikana watu wanaopewa ardhi ni kina nani, na vile vile wataendesha miradi ya kiwango gani ama kiasi gani, kwa sababu mpaka sasa tumeona wale wamepewa ni Taifa Gas peke yake, na wakati walipopewa Taifa Gas sisi kama viongozi hatukuhusishwa. Wale ambao walialikwa kuja kushuhudia Taifa Gas kupewa certificate, lakini kama viongozi tulikuwa hatujahusishwa, na nafikiri hiyo ilieleweka na waziri amekubali na wamesema kwamba kutakuwa na uwazi wa wale ambao watapewa hizi ardhi.
Kiwektagei county nebo Uasin Gishu chitab Kalenjin ole tesetai eng nguni chikilisiet anan vetting neikochini Evans Kapkea nekokilewen koek deputy governor nebo county nebo Uasin Gishu asikoib boroindo nekonamu engineer John Barorot nekoistogei eng chamenyi ole eng nguni kotesetai Kapkea kole tebutik kobun MCS chebo county nebo Uasin Gishu ngeipchi kit netesetai eng county assembly noto bo Uasin Gishu.
Where we are giving out licenses, but it is something that requires a discussion. It is something that requires that we sit down as if you confirm me as the executive, as the Department of Revenue and Department of License. Because if we shoot and make it high, we will be discouraging business. Sometimes you can make it low and encourage a lot of our people to do business. And now that Eldoret is also becoming a city, if we make licenses high, we will be, I think, it is already a city. Let me apologize for that. Now that Eldoret is a city, it is high time that we encourage more investors to come to be in Eldoret city, and the only way to encourage is giving them good incentives. The only way to encourage our locals to do business is giving them good incentives, but not by raising licenses. But I know now that we have, I said I'm training a team of professionals. I know we have professionals there. We have technocrats there. We will sit down and get advices and also do the best in supporting our people in doing business. There is also the issue of lockups. As the chair for trade, it was hard for me to handle the issues of lockups because I was not sure where that issue falls in which department. Sometimes it is in trade, sometimes it is in urban planning, sometimes it is in. So it was like almost 3 departments, and it was hard for us to handle the issue as the committee on trade. But now that if you confirm me and joining the executive, I can sit with the Department of Urban Planning, I can sit with the Department of Trade and Industrialization, or we can meet as one and sort out the issues of lockups that has something that we've used our resources, we've used the public resources, we've built, but we've not, it is just becoming a white elephant. So sitting down with them and discussing, I hope we will come up with a resolution and something that will see that those lockups are in use. So that one, I'll request that if you confirm me as the deputy governor, that is another one of the assignments that I'll start with, so that we solve the issue of lockups once and for all. About the 2010 constitution on the devolved functions, I'm sure that 12 functions were devolved, or 11, to the county governments, but not all of them were devolved fully. If you look at agriculture, the policy is still in the national government. Even health, the policy is still in the national government. The issues of policy they can do, national government can do, and at the same time, county government can also do. On the agriculture, the policy the county government can also do, and even the national government can do the same. So I am learning is a process. Reach there. Those are some of the things that I will equip myself and know well all the functions that were devolved. But I know that the national government and the county government, they also work in collaboration. Whether the function were devolved or not, we also work in collaboration because we are serving the same residents. There was an issue that was the Finland saga, which were handled by His Excellency Engineer John Barorot. I was also privileged to serve in the other committee that we were also checking on that, on the Finland issue. The idea was very noble, the idea was good, the idea was also assisting our youth. And one of the, I say my focus will be on youth empowerment. And not empowering them is not just giving them money. You can also empower them by finding opportunities outside Kenya for our youth. And if we sit down as the executive or as the department and restructure, if we restructure that and in securing opportunities for our youth in other countries, that I believe that will be a good idea. But we are supposed to sit down and make sure that we handle all the challenges that were in Finland Saga. And I may not discuss that so much because it is something that is before the court, but I will give advice to the department to have a retreat and see a way on how we can improve that and start a good program that is transparent, that is open and accountable. Otherwise, we cannot say that we cannot find opportunities for our youth as was in Kishu County. If we look at other counties, they are doing the same. Our neighboring counties like Elgeyo Marakwet, they are also taking youths to Finland, but the current governor in Elgeyo Marakwet has another program of taking youths to Canada, to America, to Australia, and even to Turkey. So if we sit down as the Department of Youth, because I will focus myself on that department so much, on how we can start a new program, a good one that is open to the parents, transparent and accountable to our students and their parents. So that one, it is something that we still have to look at and start afresh and find opportunities for our youth. Because if we just look at it on a negative part, the 5 years will end or the 10 years will end, yet other counties are looking for opportunities, and as was in issue, we've stick to the issue of Finland, and now not starting other programs that can take also our youth to the overseas or to other countries. So that one, the idea was good, and we will still have to sit down and find a way that we can still do the same. There is another question that I'm the principal assistant to the governor, and if not given duties, sometimes you don't, I'm joining a political office, and when you're joining a political office, it's not just good that you sit down and you wait for assignments. There are other programs that, like, going to the ground, listen to the people, coming out with their issues and giving the advice to the governor. That is the best way to do this. But I will do all the duties that are assigned by me by the governor, but I will also assist the governor in meeting the electorates and finding their priorities, advising the governor on how we can implement the priorities that are raised by the residents of Osekishu. And like I said, that I understand my roles well. Now that I understand my roles, it is a constitutional office. I'm not seeing the reason why I create conflict or unnecessary quarrels with the governor, the head of the executive, instead of supporting the governor. And already the duties are there. We have the 10 Ngusokumi for the governor. And there is agriculture, there is trade, there is and all of them. I can find also my duties from the Ngusokumi. And trying to visit some cooperatives, those are some of the roles that I can do, visiting women groups, visiting the youth groups, assisting the governor in visiting the health facilities. That is after. It is good if we are doing something in an open way, in a genuine manner, and you are informing the boss or the governor that I wanted to visit maybe Kass County Hospital and see how the operations are there. If it is genuine, the governor will not say, no, don't go to that place, you're not supposed to do this. I am very sure that if I become open and genuine, the governor will also support me and say, now go, check this for me, and give me the report. If you do something in an open way and give the report, and because I'm reporting to the governor, and give the report to the governor and find the solutions, those that I believe I will have supported the governor, I will have done my role as the principal assistant to the governor in supporting the programs of the manifesto, the governor's manifesto. So I believe I've responded to all the questions, and as chair, on the issues of relationship. To be very genuine, I believe, I have the confidence that the relationship is good. So there is always disagreement, we always disagree to agree. And the disagreement between maybe the assembly and the executive or amongst the executive is only on service delivery, not on personal wrangles, but it is only on service delivery. But if we all of us perform our duties, if you all of us do what you are required to do, then we will not find any conflict. And because I know, we know the rules. We all of us, we know the rules of each other, and we are also supposed not to work independently. We are supposed to work together. I said the role of the county assembly, as all of us we know, it is a public domain, that it is oversight, it is legislation, and it is representation. So we cannot say that we cannot consult the county assembly, and yet we have that component of representation. They have the issues of the people in their heart. So the only we are supposed to consult that we work on the priorities of the residents. Otherwise, if we say that the counties, the roles of the county assembly, they are the three, or maybe the fourth one for appropriation, the roles of the executive is to implement, that without consulting, we will be implementing things that are not priorities in different ones. So consulting a member of county assembly from maybe Megon Ward, we will have the priorities for Megon Ward. We will have the priorities for Ngenilel Ward that are different from the priorities of the Benja Ward. So having a consultation and working together, despite our roles, that one we will achieve, and our relationship will be good. So if there is anything that is contributing to relationship not being good, is only agreeing or only disagreeing to agree, or on our service delivery. Because I've worked in this county assembly for the last 2 years. It's the strongest one, it is the most vibrant one, and also it is a county assembly that have the issues of people in their hearts. So now that I'm crossing over to the executive, I believe I will play a very good role in ensuring that there is cordial relationship between the county assembly and the executive. But the cordial relationship should come up, will be there if we also serve the people, if we, like I said, if we honor the invitation, the assignments from the county assembly, if we implement the programs of the programs of our wards in time as the implementers of the programs, if we also make sure that we are providing quarterly reports, annual reports to the county assembly for them to do their oversight. Because if we don't provide quarterly reports, if the department does not provide a quarterly report, even the committee doing their job will be hard. It will be hard for the committee to execute their mandate. So the cordial relationship will be there now that I'm crossing, but without compromising the service delivery, without compromising the powers and privileges of the county assembly, without compromising on what we are supposed to do as the executive. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Chotajitab Kalenjin ko pichainik chebo agenge eng agenge kongete County Assembly nebo Sengisho nemitei eng city nebo Eldoret ole tesetai ketebse Evans Kapkea nekokelewen koek Deputy Governor nelel nebo County nebo Sengisho. Lango angot kosirto County Assembly noto kainenyi kowendi ine koibe boroindo nekonamu Engineer John Barorot nekokotil koistogei eng boroinoto asikotestai ak boisionik alak choto chematinyegei ak kandoinatet nebo serikali anan eng kebeberta noto nebo private sector ko kinyoru kamung'et nenwach yekiwege konyikenyoru logoiwekab emet ara meloitu.